to me football no say one who niema bi da onya surprise say obese hu niema bi nso so e wo game ni mu and the first of all ye na Nyankopon ase Saudi ache na yenda pure 95.7 atefo nyina ase said omo jebre na omo tie show no. I'm talking about Manchester United. Last time na me catch you how good coach Betty Louis van Gaal na the performance in the pre-season, but ye rush season nim no afina ye den just like that of Eric Ten Hag. Van Gaal first match was against LA Galaxy. Ten Hag share Liverpool 4-0 no na Louis van Gaal so share LA Galaxy 7-1. Enti o hwe adwuma na waye the Dutch national team mu abra 2014 World Cup. That was when Manchester United fans had that kind of hope and trust to say after Sir Alex Ferguson they are going to get somebody ono betimi aba be gina touchline honum na waye adwuma no aye ni ye e Manchester United enti o topping it up with that semi-final stage performance with the Dutch national team no na eno no kompo ku Manchester United fans in the car enti after no pre-season no kakra no sa baba ye no na afei amane ma ye hummo because we Liverpool now we share no now we share Real Madrid now we share almost every team with the exception of a team back up and a team in Manchester United a board draw the likes of Roma Valencia any ade nyina na oche omo certainly ebemo when GDA bi wo papa ni mu say obetimi aye adwuma no but they started the Premier League season no Andy na niema ma den Manchester United. That was the season MK Don such Manchester United at 4. Leicester City Manchester United at 5-3. Any some losses are Odrin one on Tia said the likes of Swansea City any at the end of Man United they beat Burnley in the Premier League. And see what we never we pay now Eric Ten Hag and young even though I am not saying say Ten Hag ever ended up just like a Louis van Gaal Debbie, but me na me obi a me gi pre-season di na me feel say pre-season no ade baba be si wo season nimu na o tete ho ade a kire wo pre-season nimu it had a lot of trust in a pre-season performance until say me hu Louis van Gaal de no na me di tu me hofo enu nti na me cautious talking about Eric Ten Hag and Manchester United first match who your coach who your player or first game. The other time I was talking about Nipa or first impression. You have to send certain signals to Nipa na only meeting because Ebiana this is the first time I OT Andy.
Yeah.
Onim the Andy Timmy. Seminim the Andy Timmy da. Me share anything extraordinary from Andy because I know what he's capable of. Minim standards are set yaman and I mean how I make grading da.
Okay.
But seminim Andy. Ebia Darling Paul. Ebia Sir Chris and Aka Andy who was about Chemia. Me kwatena se na me betie Andy. I feel na me baba be share the Andy Timmy. Etimitiye na manya convinced that nti and the way na secret mo kan want em bebreta no. That is the first time I am listening to you. But ebia na performance bro that mark ne too bebre.
By impression I'm creating
but first time. Adana me tie wo ne de. The ode ma me nie and that is what I am going to be looking at. Enti nipa bia anka obenya anka first one ne de. Okay, be ko ye the amount. That was how come I was very happy for Sadio Mane. He said the first official Bundesliga game na Otimi Ashego and a host of other players. Look at Darwin Núñez. The first official game for Liverpool, which was in the Charity Shield Oshego, Community Shield no League mu, the first game Oshego. Haaland in the Charity Shield and Koye in the EPL, the first game of Brace. And you know he's sending signals into the minds of the EPL followers, any Man City supporters, any idea say they are in to do something good for their clubs this particular season. Eric Ten Hag ebenya nanka niema Koye man just at the start because he's a new manager in a new terrain and certainly to get a very good start ebeboa about that kind of confidence. And we shouldn't forget say Andy, winning mentality comes by winning. Winning mentality na de bia ka football team wey dey mental fortitude was or winning mentality o na point or it comes by winning continually ocean and them all gaining that kind of confidence. Say how I miss show obi idea me pinimo obi anhye me share obi a metimi idea ben ahye no. And I believe some Manchester United didn't get a good start and so share game ni bia the other time we were talking about niema bi wo hanom say the defensive midfield position of Manchester United let us down and now say untimi any McAllister any Caicedo mum battle won finfin honoma. Ask yourself that when you are meeting Chelsea now Kushia N'Golo Kante you are meeting Man City Kushia Rodri you are going to be meeting Fabiano Nom and a host of other quality midfielders. Ushias Dana, you are going to be playing against Chaka and Party. How are you going to fare against them?
Wow, so win to me, McAllister.
Yes. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but if you're looking at the names I am mentioning now, he doesn't match up to the standards of these names I mentioned.
That's true. Yeah.
And Manchester United defensive midfield position, no, they should be looking at it. And again, attackers naturally at the Cronty and Manchester United, they pack Cristiano Ronaldo at all on. Look at Marcus Rashford. The chances he blew away.
Oh.
If it is Cristiano Ronaldo, that is why we talk about world-class attackers. There are times where to me as Sabi, Menkase Ronaldo and say border. But the fact of the matter is that the level he's played to, and the goals he scored, it is going to be assumed. So on saying in Quadia, what Benebay say Ronaldo and Kobeshe. And clearly, it was evident why Manchester United needed Cristiano Ronaldo so much. And it's in the last time I catch was when it comes to talent management, and yeah, he's and yeah, Buffon you take a decision. You should be looking at the players' qualities, what is going to be bringing on the table. Not say a bad buawa, what making sure to obey me a kipisa and yamano, with team nimu. And I evident, I clear. So Manchester United needs Cristiano Ronaldo's quality up front. And I believe Sir Eric Ten Hag, it is a bad start though, but on the team no now changes kakre was all if there are certain players we will have to bring on board. Me, I was expecting the time and Yaman Koyim from my friend. I won't feel as a defensive midfielder. Now go to me push Lisandro Martinez. He has that qualities. How are you be a Mayahunda? No Baba Bijinasa position. No, you had Varane on the bench. Now Corona Baba partner Harry Maguire. But Onona Hunisa, he's the man in charge. But I believe so going forward, or yeah, a little corrections are things are going to be good for Manchester United. But until then, Andy,
Christian, now we have Manchester players almost say
Manchester United and little corrections. Corrections little crack.
Why quite a cast
of the matter is a Jumanisu. Yeah, Jumanisu, papa. Big is resource no many weekends, you're surprised. Now you're surprised, honestly speaking. Yes, I was surprised. Okay. It is true. So last season, almost 4-0, Yajiatu. But last season, Manchester United had your crown. A fear dear United is home. At home, Oceano. And a team now share last year 4-0. No. Or a weekend. What on 2 players?
Yeah, the 2 quality players.
Yeah. And a Kukurea. What on some players Manako? Manchester United, with the 1-2 be a Mananquasa making additions. So the understanding for me is that Anya Shekran, Manchester United should be able to close the gap between money team to say this small Brighton. So untimini Man City more yajiatum, untimini Liverpool more yajiatum. But against Brighton, now ubo fear dear. There be last season anko you show 4-0. But Manchester United anya and if you know what the same Brighton shall 2-0. But over the following season, not Brighton now saying if you're 2-0 no, ebe show 2-1. In fact, that is Brighton's first ever win. Old Trafford. First ever win. In fact, in their last 9 visits, Old Trafford no, Brighton enya just 1 point to pay. Omba Old Trafford biana, yana a win for Manchester United. Oma pay just 1 point to pay. And 2 starting season say, what raise the expectation? New coach, an amazing preseason. Now first game. Against a team where manager will say, no to me and far resource. So honestly speaking, you let yourself down, you let the team down, and you let a whole lot of people also down. I think Manchester United United for Nankasa Jetum said they should lower down the expectation and yet top 6 class them no more can. Next season maybe a conference league baby. Next year top 4 to be honestly speaking. Top 4 in the America can say Man City Liverpool to a large extent. Ball at Tottenham was bono. They will complete or they will finish in the top 4. Arsenal started very well. So much me keep some momentum now. Arsenal finish in the top 4. We Arsenal through Honoma. Chelsea will honum. What I say? So teams in the top 4, even top 5 brano. The honum. To Manchester United, you man honor there. Me sure say Enra Ten Hag you say the sad reality is say afa no hu adwuma ababefa. Sure. Afa na adwuma nkasa wo hu. Preseason there and the hebetime deceive so much. Enti no nya wonderful preseason next season ye. Next you na so say ya. Ehona wo say wo ye adwuma. Now first game against team manageable. No team manage etimi lose such a game there. Me sure say no no work no. Sa game method na betimi manage no. After the teams are kesi any ball. So Tottenham Hotspur no dey.
Okobo Brentford no abebo. Liverpool. Man City no mai. What you say? Liverpool. We Liverpool. Man City mai. Chelsea na kana sem kwa. Me for the bad.
the only baby a Chelsea will problem attack Ben FIFA no Chelsea a bit okay now to me manage these results are after the big guns neighbor so big guns neighbor how do you fare now they make it to cry say Emma mini hope ni say Manchester United pe hwan Adrian Rabiot
ne Marco Arnautovic
what do you say the age near say Marco Arnautovic 33 years last season obo Bologna me boa 33 matches 33 years 33 matches on my 14 goals 1 assist a branch of friend Adrian Rabiot last season 32 games no goal 2 assists for a player who bought 32 games last season and say go Emma 2 assists there and ka we no maye ka de ona ye Manchester United here player so we play there the age it is hard now you expecting a quick fix
sure
on my longevity say be 20 years be o say be a very long term project 33 years there or so you play be instant hit at the amount but a branch of Marco Arnautovic there me say obey instant hit Adrian Rabiot any instant hit so why the need for these players so Manchester never better say players there they should rather invest in young players a bit more longevity anyway no adwuma no so papa any few corrections e so marking nyina wi a corrections so the mark ran say once I got chance so for on try be
right I don't Manchester United so any around community I don't say the theater ye fa fi sem no ento ato so da fi no ye nche kakra na Henry Asante Twuma kasa de man Ghana Football Association Henry SCM fan to get say F no eguso omo elbo mo de omo bopo say ne omo ede minimum wage say bia sika bi won ma untimi mfentua player usia kai e Ghana Premier League untimi mfentua ka ye obi ka bi won ma say bia above 1,000 less than that no untimi mfentua say F no e make arrangement for Saturday nche everybody into our football.
Executive Council were a meeting. In that meeting, they took a decision, say they introduce a standard contract across board. Standard contract, and yet different from ABA, Kotobasa player. The details in the contract is different from Karela. The standard contract means the start date and the end date. See, the end date say 31st July. Player DI free. It's a standard. It starts from April and it ends in the next season, July. Now, in that same meeting, the ESCO took a decision, said they want to introduce a minimum wage for our players. Even though club licensing taking some bit of care area because club licensing I insist to say it was only player contract. It was only player no contract no see free baby baby it's no we're taking care of it but enforcement is not an issue. And the decision is to introduce a minimum wage.
Eno Henry Asante Twuma na yetene kan na yampo say si odi makumasi Asante Koroko oso no say adwena odwene kwan obefa so na watimi raise sika ade atua Asante Koroko players no technical team watimi atua omoka
today there are a lot of things that hamwa genuinely also ham I mean have it like the coup d'etats the politicking and all that so no ko si anadwa na mo bachi amedia na me game is car me na the players car it's your technical team car it's your management car about matches infrastructure. That's all I think about. And I stress and I stress and I stress. And I was afraid I was going to break down. My spine from my neck, the cheek, my bum crack was so tensed. I barely sleep. I'm always working. And I'm not working because I want to prove some radio station wrong or no. To be honest with you, I don't care about those people. I don't have the time of the day for them. I think only for about several. I'll improve player salary. I'll improve and all my players going about in church or even taxi. I don't want that because playing about the church or where they no be, I could change people come, we have innovative ways and they register. But the number of one primary a better sense of so virtuosity. Let's look at virtuosity for instance. We have the amount of money that drives sports is from pay-per-view. But there is no arena in this world, no sports arena, no stadium that can house even 500,000 people. I think the biggest house is about 2 million, 3 million, 5 million people watching a sport at a time on their phones, on their televisions. So pay-per-view is more important than anything.
Nana Yamposa CEO di Makumasi Asante Koroko ena yetene kan Enoch Morrison esiaka erema Ken Pfizer na yetete Asante Koroko ene Morrison wi ono nkasa to no mutuo die wo mu bia no Enoch Morrison achechum.
Nyakoto confront things say no much change come. But October in the contract there and your impact. Commercial after meetings are cost but decision is made say Kebia for number 4 NT. Me as a player and make a new challenge and I make another friend and I mean what will happen to my career. So I feel like moving, but it means for now.
I know Brighton friends Enoch Morrison and ten kaba minimum Christian big Christian sa minimum wage our Ghana football. I think that
ideally that is supposed to be the case. Say a player below a certain standard, so certain wage level. Employment to crowd is sanity. Say the moment I workers were improved, you know, there's a minimum wage a cost was our minimum. Untimi 20 pakroka below that minimum wage. What I say, Chromo say, and Grofobebe Ebuso, by running Yajuma. There are a lot of people are employed by people are paid below the minimum wage. The entire minimum wage ban say, so before Biajuma, you don't pay such a person below sa wage na idea bet one. By Musa minimum be or Juma baby Andy. Bosome, you 250 Ghana cedis. 2.5 million, way below the minimum wage. But say any pakron one fight man. There should have been a system, no, and monitor say asumesi what be adwuma. What's why my employment there? Say so 20 pakroka. You can't pay below this wage. But man for busu sa omubuso. But in Ghana football, Andy, the debia many when say players in bre. Only players in the Kasa, me say mini darling porty and a Premier League player. I will see a kind Edema, one of the biggest clubs in one of the big clubs our Ghana has a afraid be a darling port say or man is canon from Faka Kumasi. We see a kind of my Premier League club. Darling po a monumumsika. Ideally, a sort of darling postka.
Yeah.
I didn't try. Sikano krana kakana yasa agree say betua ma no eno so sa ma now me the many bringing this minimum wage, you know, is not the problem, but enforcing that the club go by it. Granted, more than to say ebia a free neko unti a Ghanaian Premier League player less than 1,000 Ghana cedis. How do you enforce it?
How do
you, because Ghana has a minimum wage, yet among for Busua, no one is enforcing the law. It's clubs na jatum, we are not going to pay any player bia Osia kan Edema Ghana Premier League less than 1,000 Ghana cedis every month. Yajatum. But enforcement adeba ko ha Ghana for any lack of laws. There be emradi obi. But enforcement of our laws has been our major problem. How then do you enforce the law? And then how sure are you? Say the clubs now, all this time running more, have the capacity to pay. Because you cannot ask me to pay more than I can. Majatum, make you 1,000. Ebia mo bear 25 players. Say me get tum say me 25 players no. Minimum obia bear 1,000 a chese minimum bosumi bia no me 250 million as wages in kwa.
Yeah.
Says kana me as wages no. System no then na aboa me say me says kana no etua sa players nika. So it's not just about say oshamra. It's not about just enforcing it, but making sure that clubs be resource enough to be able to pay. Andy, see, I'm say I did back me, Oshami boa, Majibona Tumua. It depends on the person giving the promise. Some guys about $2 million. I be so only Bejipa. But it's a minimum.
Yeah.
So, in as much as say you love to claim it, oh, Chris has $2 million. Now, me had my china me kwa je. I try me run me 1,000 credit and bagging. So whilst you are making these promises, can the players also rely on these promises based on clubs now? On BTSS Canada, do they have the capacity to pay? Omunia, a dinner system clubs to be able to get that amount of money to pay the players. yɛsɛ afie ba ne ɛpɛ 15,000 Ghana cedis a month me boa ka ideally ka 15,000 kwa de say less than $2,000 because the dollar rate no and I'm bare 9 until $2,000 no ko be 18,000 180 million so a Ghanaian player top level say or less than $2,000 a month ye nya gitum to deserve but has to folk agitum say o tua 10 plus ka obia 150 million and then has to tua 1.5 billion a month. How can they pay? How can they finance it? So in as much as say you enforce the classes to muntia players ne kayi no. Sometimes you don't blame them. The income streams in Ghana football no too limited. Ghana say na kadia ya de editia amofo de enye ska gate process. Last season was abysmal. Obia di ni players ka wia odi ni players ka wo so montwai me ne kotokone house bo wia betua oka kotokona ana one house na o twere na body atua oka no na obre 2016-17 in the English Premier League 20 teams na bo Premier League no emu 11 ebo empty stadium a slam ko benya mfaso what you mention say you 20 teams are about the English Premier League in 2016-2017 11 of them say ko bia anhwe omo baller kasela omo nyamfaso and then so the gate processing ko na run footballer oboboka now they are share Barcelona ko the biggest stadium in Europe no say afeso na basa ASK onya free gate nko na ya na £100 million 100 million enru there we know and to one player power Juventus Timito Cristiano Ronaldo 100 million. Sa 100 million no. Na be Juventus the whole year. The revenue from a gate process no enu 100. Maybe we have bompo no. Afini nyina no. Nisika onya free gate no and not just one player. So other sources of a income no critical. Yanso de ebi ni ho ema. Enti has beja to make a free ba ne 15,000. Kofi Koji on kwada so ko 15,000. Kuna du yadon ba 10,000. Omkapti Mo Alasa 12,000. Fatau 10,000. Boga yoba nansi ya income 12,000. Sulali Muntari 12,000. Omunyina beja tum but how can they pay?
I don't know question. Biggie
Andy my mention as in free baby as a Christian the you know. I also believe say ye jayatum say ye hwe clubs na ho den a ebia sika e pese omutua no muntimi ntua entino ye nja ne say be ye say forever because Ghana economy no let's be honest with ourselves ebia just said one thing kabusi enye sa akoma no be den say bibi betesa amana bro so na Ghana yet say America prekope there be and ye te hanu mu say there are a lot of people outside omunya university ni bia nko mo beko wakapa but ebia ne maami niska ne papa niska enti ese o tenafie eti na smart as onya university obekọ no ontimi nko bi because ye di sika bi na ekọ na sai sika no onni bi eti anya de obetimi akobi e wo say ye hemra so ye club na so wo feel say wunya sa amount of sika na enya football nko ane adwuma ye ti koma no na mpanyifo ka kire ye say banks bi ho no mo sika asem kofom banks bi ho no ma ne man ko yi mfa mo eti ye ntimi hwe mo operate eti banks be 3 banks be 4 ni aka o mabom ye se consolidated bank ya ka bom samonya baako because we sika asem wo fom when it gets to that stage na so future football won ko ntimi nya wo betimi ni unu bia ka bom na mo make sure say mo betua players ne ka yie there are countries in the world a bit is Switzerland a bit is Scotland a bit more 10 team league a bit more 12 team league we are not richer than them e di say koba say the salary cap aba now we a team now we team into a player ne car we have to enforce it we team into a Ghana football ni jaibo ni anti league teams so it is better than see e be keep bebre now man for team into aka okay and but another problem so ne say krom hanom na yete no the people who are going to enforce those laws are people who have interest and so therefore yemra na obetua bi nto onye
that is the problem and problem Sania one
until we get an autonomous body say me dey me gina me baby me need interest for Ghana Premier League ni mo mini club bia Ghana Premier League ni no e be ye den se sa nneema we betimi aye adwo
omo shamra no so omo na ewran
omo shamra na ma ya twa se sika omo na teams ni sa aye omo dia anya ne dia no mpo no a o ka executive council ne ho no e on the team's ticket and odi ko gina ne to abama no odi ababa be pie o it is the president frɛ no masa wonim say ye niska o emra na mokọ akọ hye no wan yantum because ye ntimi ntu asa sika na the president has influence on nipa no ogina honom no a akọ fight on behalf of the clubs no it your club president the interest and on odi committee na say yenya an FA president anu wo team na ni team G League Andy team a G League yama player bia 50 Ghana cedis emo ankasam 5 kilos bottle baako na akokọ baako sefa free wa never call baby I would call. It was an FA president's team. Into obedient was Shemra. Say you play 15,000 cities, you play 10,000 cities because it's just a man or no FA president or Baba Tiabi. Executive council member or Baba Tias can be. And when you're ready to obey because your club administrator Bonnie obey trim. Minimobi or Timika club administrator say play at the Otesa Klama come in and walker. This is a club administrator. I'll run a football Ghana. It is such a person where that Shemra say you players the Kaye, not players in Yahoto. The Honoman was here because until the league becomes an autonomous thing. Say Jinan Baby na fan for money interest to be and more running. There is no way these things are going to work. And I can be on a standard contract for players. Mr. Asantichum. I'm take a lot of things into consideration. Ghana football, with no disrespect, you need a fixed calendar. And this all say, yeah, from April to June. You be season never we na contract and every year. You need a fixed calendar. You league this say you boy we na say you best start here. It depends on man so and baba betting. Yeah. Where you court, where you call injunction, where you baba be say, and no never determine time I best start your league in the biome. As we speak, yes, you best start in September. But in same year, Bubo, and you may be a cocoso. They be important September, you bet me a starting. Until they have to take all these things into consideration. And so as a standard player contract, on the bomb the and yes, sir, player who diagra on the contract. I was able to see in New Year, who be diagrono, a contract in 2 years. But I back up by the order, not season in young moy, not play another to what you come out and to player.
Mate, Merasibigi. Horrible. Yeah, Andy. Young Rama and I heard transfers. No, there are cause players. No, one Andy.
Enoch Morrison, our born a voice. When you call free crying, Alaja can be a fair boy. No, yes. On so boy, you confirm me. Say I can 2 months. I want a contract. So,
working Pfizer.
House of Fonso I joined the race.
Tinya kotokonkwa.
Debbie, and Yakotokonkwa.
Okay.
Yenim say has. I extended James Sewonu contracts no to 2026. Has I now say boy be no see I can't demand Jinyame FC or a midfielder. They didn't have wisdom Boomepo.
Okay.
Has I now say boy no.
Okay.
Wisdom Boomepo. Yasin watching the anopani yekan. Jonah to kwedi no. Saying that Andy. Has a folk Bobo Kono any Jonah to kwedi. Omumie no nkoma agree on personal terms. But baby a problem no one now. Legon cities. Yes, omu demand the nation do. Sikana omu jeno eso. Entama has pimpino omachi. Enti se Jonah to kwe ebetima kosi akan dia ma house fokwa. E wo se has ekwa animu na negotiations ne koso.
Omiti Legon cities.
E demand no. Eno so no. Okay, Victor Eidu.
Yeah, former
House of Folk striker. Okobo lo. Ewa out to you. Omo fani free Saman boy, Samates. Enei oanhwa obekolo. Kasa na du achiri. Samates for free say e wo so munya striker e wo manimo. Enti abranti e friend Victor Eidu ebe say tima Cologne. 99% obetima join Samates on loan.
Okay.
Bibiani Gold Stars and the Omasai boy be a friend of Shafik Muntari. Okay, wow stars for G League no. Nasa boy we will see a kind of wa.
Okay.
Omasai ni Ibrahim La. Okay no.
Yeah.
11 wonders.
Yeah, Ibrahim La.
Has a 4 crown no money did the chire. baabi ani Gold Stars awie ɔma fa video analyst Newton Pitalate yɛyɛ Newton ɔkɔ
is it from Ash Gold ɔkɔ bibi ani
Gold Stars
okay
ɛnkyɛ Flyers ne bɛba Andy Kotoko ɛkyerɛ kɔma Bechem United so mo pɛ Samuel Osei-Kuffour defender no junior deal no say na akoye Kuffour ɛwɔ deal bi wɔ Belgium Bechemfoɔ ni free say ɛwɔ sɛ Samuel Osei-Kuffour ɛkɔ Belgium no ɛno na ɔmo pɛ Kuffour agent ɛhyia Bechem mpanimfoɔ ɛne ɔmo akasa sɛ ɛbɛyɛ a anka ɔmo nyai boy no ɛma boy no ɛmra Kotoko but Bechemfoɔ no ama management of Kuffour na hu sɛ Belgium deal no ebi wom enti esei Kuffour manager no ɛne ne management no adwena sesa Kuffour to Belgium Kotoko ɛyɛ secondary matter Idrisu Abdullahi ɔmo goalkeeper no Bechemfoɔ se ɔmo apɛ sɛ ɔmo extend the contract ne ma no ɔmo ma ne nkɔ ɛnu nti no wahwɛ a Kotoko akɔfa goalkeeper from Cameroon de neighbor no
okay
free say Idrisu Abdullahi deal no enye yie ayɛ den pa Kwame Ba na Kotokofoɔ ɛhwɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛ extend the boy no contract ama no for 1 season Andy metiti Ethiopia Kwame Ba enso bɛkɔ Ethiopia Michael Ampadu ɛne Andrews Inti ɛne ye players akotoko coach Prosper Nete Ogum ɛka sɛ ɔpɔ ɔmo free Legon Cities na ɔmo kan list no
okay
yes interest no form Michael Ampadu Kotoko atwe ɔmo free say coach na no ɔpɛ no na oni hɔ
okay
enti negotiations no hwe nkɔ so Razak Kasim unim sɛ aka ne 2 months Great Olympics Black Galaxies
yeah.
that Rastaman no bo holding no
yeah.
has ɛpɛ no Kotoko ɛpɛ no empanyimfo ne boy na di nkomo but scanner ɛda ne so no Olympics 4% omo extend the boy in the contract Kotoko ne yasi nyina atwe omo say boy na extend ya 2 months ne so ya obeko free
okay
Andy onim time ha adwen pa Insu Atreman joined the race for David Sandana Bagna
from RTU
on sa Kotoko pe no
yeah
ama mutually kroma di nkoma adu akiri na Insu Atreman for no Andy also already almo sign a branch friend Richard Akrofi
yeah from King
Faisal onim say nei almo say kope Pius Bafo awua
King Faisal central
defenders ni mienu nyina almo ne Pius di nkomo pa Emmanuel Jamfi
from Aduana Insu Atreman for ani abre so almo pe no Siri Mamadou mebeka boy ni ho asem kire Burkina Bay import Siri Mamadou omuni na wie Insu Atreman okay
enti transfers no dey ekoso but ma hu se no nine abo nyame ya adom ochina
ye be sa de dey o na asaba betu aso
yes
mate
nyampo ochina
darling Paul era wote ne kare